So I covered this yesterday in the second part of my video where we took a look at Candace Owens debating woke liberal college students. Always a great watch, but I kind of feel like this needs its own video just because of the amount of times in the past we've covered the backlash surrounding Disney's woke live action remake of Snow White. And trust me, ladies and gentlemen, my brain cells have definitely been affected by that for sure. But recently the Daily Wire just announced they would be launching their own company, Bentkey, which is all about providing high quality kids content that quote unquote don't insult the values of everyday Americans. That's a great move, right? It's clear to see today, it's not hard, that kids content is leaning more and more into leftist liberal woke ideology. You've got cartoons having pronouns, coming out as non-binary, or recently like the Proud Family, which was just an anti-white marathon. You know, we need to be teaching kids good morals, good values, not to hate the world and perhaps the colour of their own skin. But along with this, they also announced a teaser for a live-action remake they're going to be doing, which is obviously Snow White, and the person that will be playing Snow White is Brett Cooper. Me personally, I think this is great. You know, so do a lot of people on social media. The reaction has been very positive. People are genuinely excited about this because of the absolute garbage Disney have decided to create in the past, and along with this woke live action remake of Snow White, which we'll be discussing in a bit after I show you a teaser trailer for this upcoming film being created by the Daily Wire. Take a watch.
In addition to announcing the launch of our kids' entertainment company, I also want to announce today that company's first live action feature film. It's a story about a princess and a prince, about beauty and vanity, about love and its power to raise us from death to life. It's our own adaptation of an ancient fairy tale. It's coming in 2024, and it's called
Once upon a time, in time a prince would come. Once upon a time, but now that time is gone.
Now that in itself is better than anything we've seen from Disney's Snow White. Let's be honest here. We haven't even got a trailer for that Snow White. I personally think they're scared to put anything out. We've seen no marketing or anything whatsoever because they know the reaction to it is going to be pretty intense. And not in a good way. Luckily for them, you know, YouTube got rid of that dislike button, because whoa, the dislikes to that trailer are gonna be big. But my offer still stands from my previous video yesterday. You know, you didn't notice a prince in that trailer. I think my schedule is pretty free. Actually, you know what, thinking about it, I should just probably play Sneezy because in that forest my allergies are going to be through the roof. But speaking of the prince, as we know in Disney's version, the weird prince storyline, should I say, according to Rachel Zegler, won't be in the film. Apparently to her, he's a stalker. You know, she's just going to be she's going to do everything by herself. She's going to save the day. She's going to conquer everything. The dwarfs aren't even dwarfs. They're 10 times the size of anything we've seen in the original. I don't even know why they call it Snow White any longer because it resembles nothing of the original story. But you got to hand it to Disney for this one. You really do. Yeah, I'm going to praise them whilst I'm sat here in this chair because this film that they're going to be releasing really does fit the narrative right now within Hollywood and the mainstream media. You know, they must rewrite and remove anything traditional, especially when it comes to a man potentially, I know, saving a woman, because simply can't have that one anymore. It's the biggest crime on the planet, that and misgendering. Apparently, you know, the way men are portrayed in films, and people think this is an exaggeration, but it's actually quite serious. The way men are portrayed as weak, emotional, feminine, they lack leadership, they're indecisive, is very apparent, especially in Disney films. And in the same sentence, it just lectures a lot of women, because women today, especially young women, they're being told in these films, in the mainstream media, nah, you must live this hyper-masculine life. Focus on yourself, forget everything else. You know, focus on you, your career, avoid family, avoid children, avoid anything remotely to do with femininity. Be the boss. Save the day. You don't need a man. And a lot of women don't actually like that. They're not catering to a lot of women. They're telling everybody, nah, you must live this life, which is why probably Disney chose Rachel Zegler, because she's all for it. You can tell by her attitude and the way she talks, even though she looks nothing like Snow White, which is kind of funny and interesting, right? Because if tomorrow I was cast as Black Panther or Frozone in the live-action remake of The Incredibles, well, the progressives would certainly know about that one, wouldn't they? It's very interesting, very hypocritical, but I fully expect Rachel Zegler in this film to, I don't know, start lecturing the animals, let's say, on the patriarchy. That would be a scene, wouldn't it? But for anybody that may not know why the scrutiny right now is so intense around Rachel Zegler, then just take a look at this video. Embrace yourselves. Prepare for it. Trust me. Take a watch.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah.
Weird.
If I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. So I watched it for the first time in probably 16, 17 years when I was doing this film. It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can be, and the leader that her late father told her that she could be if she was fearless, fair, brave, and true. And so it's just a really incredible story for, I think, young people everywhere to see themselves in.
Snow White is running for president.
I'm launching my campaign.
Now just compare that to what we got from the Daily Wire, the teaser trailer, and everything Brett Cooper stands for, right? Which one appeals to the people who have, let's say, common sense and not a social justice movement in their Twitter bio? It's a no-brainer, right? I just don't understand, and it blows my mind why somebody who dislikes the original story so much, she clearly hates it, is actually playing the part of Snow White. I know they recreated it and made it a boss film, but if you dislike Snow White in the original story so much it affects you that much, surely just even being associated with it in any way, shape or form and just seeing the title, let's say Snow White, would be enough to upset her. So I don't really get why she's playing the part. How can you expect her to give a decent performance if already she hates everything to do with the original story? It doesn't make sense. And along with that, there were rumors, however, because of the way she's been acting in the interviews, etc., the backlash that's come along with it, there were rumors that Disney actually fired Rachel Zegler. According to InsideTheMagic.net, Disney reportedly fires Rachel Zegler from Snow White live action. Most recently, the upcoming Snow White live action film starring Rachel Zegler and Gal Gadot has hit some heat. There are two main instances that have caused fans to be outraged with the upcoming film. Firstly, there will be no dwarves in the film, but 7 magical creatures, which deviates from the iconic story that Walt Disney himself created on screen. The second comes from an interview where Zegler and Gadot say that Snow White will not have a Prince Charming and there is no one who needs to save her. At this point, fans accuse Disney of creating a totally different film and creating a pseudo-feminist film that makes Snow White's ideals and behavior be seen as wrong, creating a corrupt narrative for females who may dream of finding their Prince Charming or behaving as more of a softer character than someone who is constantly trying to be the leader, as Zegler said Snow White will now be. With this, fans have been outraged at Disney pushing their woke agenda. Now, a new rumor has been revealed which notes that Zegler has been fired by the Disney company and ousted from her role as Snow White. This would follow recent reports that claim Zegler is no longer set to star in Paddington 3 also. The series of films starring the lovable bear has grown into one of the most successful family-friendly franchises. Zegler has reportedly been cut from the film and will be recast as a result of the ongoing Hollywood strikes. These strikes started months ago and have affected countless projects both in the television world as well as film production. Now, I believe the strikes are now over, which just clearly shows you how old that article is, and unfortunately with Rachel Zegler, she hasn't been fired. No, those weren't confirmed reports. It was just rumors, exaggerated rumors, and people did fall for it. It was circulating all over social media, but no, Disney haven't confirmed it. And as of right now, she will be playing Snow White on the big screen. Well, or will it go to the big screen? I don't know, maybe it'll go to Disney Plus. Did Disney really want to put a film out there that is causing this much controversy? Who knows? But the Daily Wire and Brett Cooper have a massive chance now to create something great and slap Disney right in the face, hit them where it hurts financially as well. If I was Disney and I was looking at this, I wouldn't be too happy because it shows them that there is an alternative for people. They don't have to watch the woke versions of the films. There are classic ones that are going to be released, and they're not going to be happy about that. They're not going to be happy that they can't bombard everybody with this woke agenda. But leave your thoughts down below on this one. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish Brett Cooper, the Daily Wire, everybody involved the best of luck on this. I know they'll probably smash it out of the park. It's going to be great to see. If you have enjoyed today also, then please for me, make sure to leave a like rating. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, share this video. But until next time, it has been your boy JD. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'm out.